Have you ever walked into a grocery store for like 5 things, milk, bread, maybe some chicken, and somehow walked out having spent $180? You didn't buy anything crazy. No lobster. No fancy cheese. Just regular stuff. Normal groceries. The kind of things you've been buying your whole life. And yet you're standing in the parking lot staring at your receipt thinking, where did that go? Here's the thing most people don't realize. That wasn't an accident. Not even a little bit. Every single thing that happened from the moment you walked through those automatic doors to the moment you tapped your card was carefully, deliberately, scientifically designed to make you spend more money than you planned. Today we're going to walk through exactly how grocery stores are draining your bank account, not because you're bad with money, but because you're up against a system that has spent decades figuring out how to separate you from it. Hit subscribe if you want to keep seeing the financial systems that nobody explains. Let's get into it. Let's start with the numbers. First, let's just look at what's actually happened to grocery spending, because the numbers are genuinely shocking once you see them laid out. The average American household spent about $5,700 a year on groceries in 2019. That same household is now spending closer to $7,900. That's a 38% increase in roughly 5 years. Not 38% more food. Not 38% better quality. Just 38% more money leaving your account for roughly the same cart of stuff. Eggs alone are up over 150% from their pre-pandemic price. Ground beef is up around 30%. Bread, pasta, cereal, basically everything in the middle aisles, up 20 to 25%. And this isn't happening because farms suddenly got more expensive to run overnight. A lot of it is margin expansion, meaning companies raised prices because they could, and they kept raising them because people kept paying. But here's what makes this worse. The price increases are only half the story. The other half is what's happening inside the store, the psychological architecture that was already picking your pocket before inflation even became a talking point. And that part almost nobody talks about. Next is the store layout. Let's start at the entrance. When you walk into a grocery store, the first thing you usually see is the produce section. Fresh fruit, colorful vegetables, flowers sometimes. It feels wholesome, natural. It puts you in a good mood. That's not a coincidence. Retailers figured out decades ago that if they make you feel good at the start of your shopping trip, you spend more. A relaxed, happy shopper is a spending shopper. The produce section also makes you feel virtuous. You've already put healthy stuff in your cart, so subconsciously you feel like you've earned the right to throw in the chips and the ice cream later. Then there's the bakery smell. A lot of stores pump that smell toward the entrance deliberately. Fresh bread baking. It triggers hunger. A hungry shopper buys more. Simple as that. Now notice where the essentials are. Milk, eggs, butter, the things most people actually came in for, are almost always at the back of the store. You have to walk past everything else to get there. Every aisle you pass is an opportunity for something to end up in your cart that wasn't on your list. This is called the forced path, and it's been the foundational design principle of grocery stores for over 60 years. The average grocery store visit results in customers buying 20 to 50% more than they intended. That's not people being impulsive or irresponsible. That's people being human in an environment specifically designed to exploit human psychology. Then it comes the shelf placement and pricing tricks. Here's one most people have never thought about. The products at eye level on any shelf are there because brands paid for that placement. It's called slotting fees, and it's a massive revenue stream for grocery chains. Companies pay thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars per store to get their product at eye level in a high-traffic aisle. The generic version of that same product. It's on the bottom shelf. You have to actually bend down and look for it. And most people don't. Most people grab what's directly in front of them and move on. That one habit, just grabbing eye level, is probably costing the average family hundreds of dollars a year. Then there's sale pricing, which sounds like it's helping you but often isn't. That big red tag that says sale was $4.99. Now $3.99 feels like a win. But stores have been known to temporarily raise prices before putting them on sale so the discount looks bigger than it is. Or they put a non-essential item on sale specifically to get you in the aisle, where you'll also grab the full-price items around it. The buy one get one deal is another one. Great if you were going to buy two anyway. But a huge percentage of BOGO purchases are things people wouldn't have bought at all if there was no deal. You didn't save money. You just spent money you weren't going to spend at a slight discount. And the pricing itself, $3.99 instead of $4. $9.97 instead of $10. That 1 cent difference genuinely works on the human brain. Studies have shown people consistently perceive charm pricing as significantly cheaper, even when the difference is literally a penny. The store knows this. They've known it for decades. Next is the middle aisles and processed food markup. Let's talk about the middle aisles. This is where grocery stores make the most money and where your budget gets absolutely destroyed if you're not paying attention. The middle aisles are full of processed and packaged food: cereal, chips, crackers, pasta sauces, frozen meals, snack bars. And these items carry margins that would make a tech startup jealous. A box of name-brand cereal costs maybe 30 to 40 cents to produce. It retails for $5, $6, sometimes $7. That's in 1,500% markup. For corn that's been processed, sugared, and put in a colorful box. But here's the thing. The marketing on those boxes is incredibly sophisticated. Bright colors, friendly characters, words like natural, wholesome, made with real ingredients. None of those words mean anything regulated or meaningful. They are designed to make you feel good about the purchase. And the portion sizes have been quietly shrinking while the prices go up. This is called ShrinkFlation, and it's everywhere. That bag of chips you've been buying for years, it used to be 12 ounces. Now it's 9.5 ounces, same bag, same price. The orange juice that was 64 ounces is now 52. The coffee can that was 34 ounces is now 27. You're paying more for less, and because the packaging looks identical, most people never notice. A 2023 study found that 10% of grocery products had quietly reduced their package size in the previous year. Your brain registers the familiar package and the familiar price, and it says fine. Meanwhile, you're getting 20% less product. There's the loyalty cards and data. Now let's talk about the loyalty card. Every major grocery chain has one. They tell you it saves you money, and it does technically. You get the sale price, you accumulate points, you feel like you're winning. What they don't tell you is what they get in return. Every swipe of that card builds a detailed profile of your purchasing behavior. They know what you buy, how often you buy it, what you pay, and what deals make you buy more. That data is worth an enormous amount of money, both for the store's own pricing strategy and sold to third-party data brokers and consumer packaged goods companies. They use that data to send you targeted coupons for things you almost buy, to get you over the line. They use it to understand your price sensitivity, how much they can raise prices on the things you buy every week before you start noticing or switching. You're not just a customer. You're a data point in a system designed to extract maximum spending from your specific behavioral profile. The loyalty card isn't a gift from the grocery store. It's a trade. Your data for a discount. And in most cases, the store is getting significantly the better end of that deal. Finally is the checkout trap. You've made it through the store. You're at the checkout. You think the hard part is over, it isn't. The checkout lane is one of the most profitable pieces of real estate in the entire store. Everything placed there, the candy, the gum, the magazines, the single-serve drinks, is there because impulse purchases at checkout are an almost free revenue stream. You're standing still. You're slightly bored. You're already mentally committed to spending money. Your guard is down. A $2 candy bar doesn't feel like a big deal when you're already looking at a $150 total. Multiply that by 150 shopping trips a year across an entire country of shoppers, and you start to understand why brands pay premium prices to be in that checkout lane. And then there's the self-checkout, which was sold to us as convenience, but is also partly about reducing the social friction of buying. When there's no cashier watching your cart and making small talk, people spend slightly more. The social accountability of another person seeing your choices, even a stranger, creates a small spending break that disappears when you're scanning your own items alone. Finally. So here's where that leaves you. You're shopping in an environment designed by behavioral scientists, retail psychologists, and data analysts whose entire job is to make sure you leave with more than you came for. The layout, the lighting, the smells, the shelf placement, the pricing, the loyalty program, the checkout lane, every single element has been optimized against you. And on top of all that, actual food prices are 30 to 40% higher than they were 5 years ago, with no real sign of coming back down. This doesn't mean you're helpless, but it does mean that shopping on autopilot, just walking in and grabbing what looks familiar at whatever price is on the tag, is going to cost you thousands of dollars a year without you ever noticing. Shop with a list and don't deviate. Check the bottom shelves. Buy generic on everything that doesn't matter to you. Don't shop hungry. Avoid the middle aisles as much as possible. Recognize buy one get one deals for what they are, a way to make you buy more, not save more. The grocery store is not your friend. It's a business optimized to take as much of your money as possible while making you feel fine about it. The least you can do is walk in knowing that. If this helped you see something you didn't see before, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. And subscribe if you want to keep breaking down the financial systems that are quietly working against you.